Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Aki again, back with another Clash of Clans video. In this video, we're giving away our first gold pass of the 41,000 subscriber giveaway. All you gotta do to enter is be subscribed, like this video, drop one comment to get one entry, max one entry. All the other guidelines are in the pinned comment and description of the video. Now, let's turn our attention to the new army I just made. A lot of people were saying Super Yetis are great, but I struggle because I can't get them through the walls. Well, I was like, okay, let's just combine them with Root Riders. And I've had some success here. I've changed around the spells a little bit. I've fine-tuned it enough where I like the spells I've gotten it to right now. For the King, you're going to see the Snake Bracelet and Spiky Ball. The reason for that is because he's on the outside. I love the Snake's capability of just providing some extra tanking. If you don't have it, it's all good. Just go back to the Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball. No real big change there. Because we don't have anything that's targeting air, I like to have my Queen with the Root Riders and Super Yeti alongside the Warden, and then you're going to start the attack off with the Royal Champion charge, and then you're going to recall her and put her with the main push. But I'll see you guys in the first FC, and then we'll go into Legends League. And I get asked this a decent amount. Aki, what am I actually looking for with the Royal Champion Invis charge? Guys, what I think of it is you want to create pathing for your Root Riders, but then you're also trying to get quote-unquote value out of the base. So for me, I'm like, okay, I see this base. I obviously see a target that I don't want to go into where there's the King and Minion Prince. That's just not really worth it. I have the RC covering this scatter shot over here, Queen down here. So I'm like, you know what? Let's stay a little bit clear of that for right now. I'm going to try getting in towards this Wizard Tower. I could have done the same thing at the opposite side because the base is symmetrical. Once she gets in towards this Wizard Tower, I'm going to see if she can set this funnel and take care of these defenses here. Hopefully this Scatter Shot as well and the Poison Tower is the hope. That way we have a straight beeline towards the Town Hall. I can have the King walk up towards 12 o'clock once he's placed at 3 o'clock with the Siege Barracks, and then we're off and running. So check this out. World Champion's going to make her way in here. We're going to use our invisibilities, remember, at 2 minutes 56 seconds, 2 minutes 46 seconds, 2 minutes 36 seconds, so on and so forth. But as you see here, there wasn't much damage on my Royal Champion, so I actually ate it and kind of swagged that, and then I popped her ability because I did want to gain her health back. That was a little bit of a mistake because I allowed my Royal Champion to take too much damage, and then I couldn't really rely on the Spirit Fox too much. But we make it through that that Poison Tower like we wanted. We actually get in towards the Town Hall now, so I'm going to use this next invisibility here. But because I can't really use the Spirit Fox, the reason I'm not is because both of them were such low health. I was like, you know what, let me just recall and get them out of there. Now at this point, you've set that path. I didn't get the bomb tower down, but that's totally fine. But what am I going to do? Remember, well, we have our lineup now. We're going to go King at 3 o'clock with the Siege Barracks, and then I'm going to start with the Root Riders here at this Dark Barracks. So King's just going to do his thing, walk down. Siege Barracks, if they walk towards the left, is fine. King is actually going to decide to walk left too, which is okay. Not really what I wanted, but that's fine. We get the Root Riders out front, get some healing. Royal Champion's going to catch some healing too, even though she is low. That's fine. I have a Skeleton spell down to just distract the RC. Look, she's stuck there, the Scatter Shot and Fire Spitter, so that's fine. King's going to make his way there with all those snakes, which is awesome. I'm going to rage everything up pretty soon here because I'd like to rage less so actually on the healers this time, more on the Super Yetis because they do a bunch of damage once they are raged up. Got the Valkyries running on the outside. At this point, I'm just trying to support the troops with spells. That's it. I get my first rage in there. I'm going to freeze that multi-gear tower. I could have frozen the monolith, but I was like, nah, it's fine. I popped the King ability, so now everything pretty much just became one-shottable with the Queens there, and then the Queens are going to rip through the enemy Minion Prince. Royal Champion's going to run out in front here, end up going close to down, but she takes down the Ricochet Cannon, which was huge for me. And at this point, I ended up swagging this rage. I think I totally forgot and just force quit the attack. Would have been nice to have, but then again, it wasn't really like an end-all be-all that I needed it. But the Super Yetis still just do not go down. And that's with a swag rage, which you love to see, all that army just crushing and the King stays alive. Hence why I really do like the Snake Bracelet. Just tanks all the way around the base, which was the plan. Now, let's go to Legends League. And I know some people aren't going to have the Snake Bracelet leveled up, so I can switch this out with the Earthquake Boots and show it off in that version as well for this attack here. So we got this base that's really popular before. I haven't seen it as much now, but we're going to do kind of the same thing. The CC's on the outside, which is kind of hilarious, but I want to set a path for my Root Riders, and if I head in towards this bomb tower, because I don't want to touch the CC right away. Yes, the heroes are down here. I could also go for the Poison Tower, which actually might be a little bit of a better option. So let's go there. Getting my Royal Champion. Make sure our Spirit Fox does not take too much damage. First invisibility is down. She's going to work through this ricochet cannon. We'll see which direction she decides to take after that. It goes towards the bottom side. Totally fine by me. Next invisibility in. And look, she's already in range of that poison tower, which is exactly what we wanted. And this town hall is going to do a ton of damage to our Spirit Fox, which we might actually end up losing. I have one more invisibility left. I'm going to have to use it there. No worries. And then I'm going to recall my Royal Champion because she was going to take too much damage. Now, I've got a great funnel set. I'm going to go King with the Siege Barracks and a Valkyrie up there. We're going to get our Root Riders from the top side, Yetis, get a Skeleton spell down to distract, get the healers in, Loons out front, Warden, Queen, and then I'm going to just hold a minute for my Royal Champion to be put down. Probably right now is actually fine. Let's see. We're going to get a Poison spell here to help out the King. Army's looking quite good. I'm going to get a free spell on this Fire Spitter. Let's get those Valkyries out of the CC. I'm going to pop the Warden ability right now. Make sure everything gets caught in that. King did his thing a little bit. He is going to go down, but I think he's going to take the enemy Queen with him, which is great. I'm going to rage up all these Super Yetis about to join the party. I'm going to freeze here. We need some stuff to pat towards the town hall. They will, though. I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to pop the Queen ability to get the Giant out. And then I'm going to do a rage here. Pop the Royal Champion ability, and she's just going to go beast mode on everything in here. Take out the Minion Prince. Take out the air defense. Oh my gosh, she ended up going down, but the value she got was ridiculous. And now at this point, we are looking in some solid shape. We have Super Yetis on the outside. We have the Queen with the Giant here with also more Super Yetis. Hopefully, my Queens can stay behind this tank, and the Root Riders are going to keep opening up the walls, which is exactly what we want. Giant tanking, Queens behind doing damage, and then those Super Yetis having some fun on the outside. Would love if they could have joined up with us actually out here, but they decided not to. Giant's going to rip through the enemy Royal Champion, and we're going to get ourselves a 3-star. So, again, only change we made here was the King. We added the Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball, which is fine. I am going to do now an attack with the Snake Bracelet just to show that off. But I'll switch over from the Queen's action figure, and we'll try the Healer Puppet, because I know some of you have that leveled up as well. Okay, for the next attack, the only change we're making is this time we're going to bring back the Snake Bracelet, and we're going to change the action figure to the Healer Puppet, because I like this version too. You can also have the Frozen Arrow in here if you like. And then for the last attack, I will actually use the Eternal Tome with the Healing Tome so we could show off all those versions. But let's see now if we can get ourselves another 3-star. So, Invisibility Tower by the Town Hall. That's a little bit unfortunate, but we're not going to worry too much about that. If I can get my Royal Champion to just clear a path for us, that's what we're looking for. That core is gross, so a Warden ability in there would be nice. So I'm going to go Royal Champion at this multi-archer tower to kind of just build a funnel around that compartment, because we want to get our troops in there. We can have the King walk towards the outside. World Champion's doing exactly what I wanted here. She's going to stay focused on this Expo. I would really like if she could get towards a Ricochet Cannon, but I don't think she's going to actually do that. She's going to go down towards the Monolith area, which is fine. Not really ideal for me. I'm actually going to pop her ability here. Have her go kind of crazy for us. Maybe rip through this Monolith. I'm going to get my invis down. Let's see how much more she can get. But I'm going to recall her. That was a lot of value. Now I'm going to get the King. Actually, Siege Barracks first. Then I'm going to get the Skeleton spell down to distract. King. Super Wall Breaker. And now Root Riders, Valkyries, everything during this path here. Let's get a Poison spell down to help us out. Queen, Warden, everything. King's doing good on the outside. If I need a freeze to support, I will. The only thing is that with Minion Prince is going to kind of do me some harm. So let's see. What can the King do? Let's set off this so we can take out that Invisibility Tower. That was actually awesome for me. I'm going to rage everything up here as we get to this core compartment. Pop the Warden ability. That was nice. The Wizards actually clutched down that. We can also get a free spell. Maybe on this backside here. My Royal Champion kind of ran into some problems. That's fine. I'm going to freeze actually that scatter shot because I want my Queen to get some more healers, pop her ability, and she should be able to shred through here. And then those Root Riders should be able to open up the remaining walls that we need to get through the backside of this base. Really solid stuff. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about here is making sure those healers turn to my queens instead of the Super Yetis. But you know what? I think we still should be fine. The enemy king is going to get wrecked. And we still have our queen alive with a healer that's kind of catching some rage. Hopefully we can just take care of that multi-archer tower because it is kind of out of range acting weird. But we have the time to make sure this is a 3-star, I think. The only thing we might run into a problem is the time fail, maybe. I'm seeing this helper hut here, kind of scared, but queen ends up being alive. She's going to catch hopefully some more healing. She's not really right now, but that's fine. Diggy's going to make his way through to go from defense to defense, I think. Oh, no, he's going just next building. What am I talking about? But queen's here. We are good to go. Hopefully she doesn't go down. I don't think she will. The Super Yetis are a tad bit slow, but we got ourselves another 3-star. Pretty nicely executed attack. Couldn't explain this as much as I would have liked. The reason I changed my king's direction is because my royal champion went to the right-hand side towards the monolith, so it changed up my positioning of the attack, because what I actually intended to do was have my king at 3 o'clock. But, hey, it still worked. We still got our 3-star. Now I'm going to do this attack one more time, but this time with the healing tome. Okay, time for the last attack. Going to add in the healing tome. Going to bring back the action figure, because this is the kind of lineup I really like, but I prefer the rage gem. Totally up to you. Both are great, you know. It does keep your Root Riders alive for a little bit longer because they are out front taking some damage. But let's see, what base are we going to run into now? Okay, this is good because I want to see if I can get my royal champion in towards that top side monolith. The reason I picked that out right away is because that's a great funnel to set, and then I can have my king walk down, get some snakes out, and they can do their thing down this compartment, and then Root Riders in towards that area. Another option is straight from the bottom side, but I'd like that funnel a little bit less. So let's work on our royal champion, get her in before we start this timer. But we are good. She's going to run out here. I'm going to get the invisibility down still. And then I want to make sure she heads towards the town hall. So I'm actually going to use this other invisibility to path her there. Was that really worth it? I think so. Just because I wanted to make sure that monolith goes down and not just keep it alive. And now that my royal champion is going to walk down towards this side, this actually helps me out a little bit more because I want my path to be cleared. We're going to go like this. I think we're going to get one more round of invisibility here. She kind of just shreds, and then I'm going to recall her. And now look, I'm going to create a wider funnel. I'm going to go King, Siege Barracks, Skeleton Spell to distract because I don't want it to target my king. And now let's spread around these Super Yetis, Root Riders, Loons. Let's get the healers in, Queen, and Warden. Okay, now we got to keep an eye out on everything. I might send in a super wall breaker there, provide a freeze, king ability, and I think we should be good. Let's put in our royal champion now. And we're actually looking quite decent. The king's going to rip through the enemy heroes. I don't need a warden ability just yet. Maybe right now. Perfect, as we're going to have to fight off the CC, which is going to be a little bit of a nuisance. But we've got stuff at the town hall. Where are all my Super Yetis? Oh, they're back here. Just a little bit slow, guys. That's okay. Take your time. We're not in no rush or anything. I definitely am in a rush, but that's fine. No, I'm kidding. Let's get a Rage. I'm going to pop the Queen ability to get the Giant out. And then we can freeze mostly. I'm going to freeze this backside Rage Tower. I should have probably frozen the Fire Spitter. But you know what? We have so much damage here. It's not really going to matter. I'm going to Rage up again here with the Giant. Queen there, and we should be able to shred through the back portion of this base. The minion prince was trying to do its best on defense. Our royal champion's cleaning up here, and we got ourselves another runaway 3-star. This one even quicker than the one before. And you're probably wondering, Aki, do you like the healing tome? Yes, I do. I like everything. You know what I mean? I'm joking, but there's so many different options to this army. I've play tested it a bunch, and this is what I've liked, and this is the versions I tested also. And you know what? I didn't find a crazy definitive answer between the healing tome and rage. I think both are great. If you're finding your Root Riders are dying way too early, use the healing tome. If you feel like you're doing a good job keeping the army alive, use the rage gem, provide some excellent value. Snake bracelet is not required. As I showed, you can use the earthquake boots. Same thing with the queen. You don't need the action figure. You can use the healer puppet or frozen arrow, whatever you like. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about the army. I wanted to bring these two together, and I think they're doing a great job. Root Riders are becoming really, really strong and even better with the Super Yetis. So remember to enter the Gold Pass giveaway. All the rules are in the pinned comment. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.